Come in.
Hi there.
Hello.
My name is Sansa and I'm going to be your nurse today.
Alright.
Can you start by telling me your name and date of birth, please?
Scott Lincoln, April 13th, 1994.
Perfect. And do you have any allergies, Mr. Lincoln?
No.
Just going to compare your name and allergies to my chart here. Perfect. Everything matches. So today I'm going to be doing a focus assessment on your heart, lungs, and major blood vessels. Is that okay?
That's okay.
Okay, perfect. So before we begin any of that, I just have a couple questions to ask you, okay?
Okay.
The first one is do you have a cough?
No.
Okay, and so you're not coughing up anything, like any blood, phlegm, nothing concerning? Okay, perfect. And any shortness of breath?
No.
Any hard breathing spells, like find that it's hard to breathe sometimes?
No.
Any chest pain with breathing?
No.
Do you have a history of respiratory infections?
No.
Do you get colds frequently?
No.
All right, and does your family have a history of allergies and or asthma?
No.
Have you ever smoked before?
No.
Have you ever been exposed to anything in your environment or currently exposed to anything in your environment such as asbestos or something like that that would affect your breathing?
No.
Perfect. And have you had your flu shot within the last year?
Yeah, within the last year.
Okay, perfect. And do you have any general chest pain at all?
No.
How many pillows do you sleep with at night?
Just one.
Okay, and do you find that you get tired easily?
No.
Do you ever find that your skin turns a blue or ashen color?
No.
Any swelling in your legs or feet?
No.
Do you ever wake at night with the sudden urge to urinate?
No.
Okay. Do you have a personal history of high blood pressure, high cholesterol, heart murmur, heart disease?
No.
Okay, and does your family have a cardiac history, like any of the things I mentioned above, or
No.
anything else that's concerning? Okay, perfect. So all that looks good. Just a brief history, wanted to get an idea of the bigger picture, what I'm looking at. So I'm going to go ahead and start now. I'm just going to start by just taking an overall look at your chest, okay?
Okay.
So as I'm watching you, I'm noticing that you're not sitting in the tripod position and there's no use of accessory muscles breathing, no pursed lips. You're not like overexerting or overcompensating to breathe. Normal respiratory rate and rhythm. Doesn't look like your chest is normal and shaped, not barrel shaped or anything. If I actually come around and take a look at the back, the full thorax, yeah, if you lean forward, perfect. I notice the spine is straight, so no evidence of scoliosis, no kyphosis. You can sit back up. And actually, I'm going to identify right now, you can clearly see C7 right here and T1 right here, so that's great.
Okay.
Both are present. And looking at your chest, I can also identify some important anatomical structures as well, such as the suprasternal notch right there, the sternal angle right here, and the whole sternum right here. And your costal angle is right down here, actually, where like the two rib cages meet and form an angle.
Okay.
So that's so those are some great structures. Everything looks great there so far.
All right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and take a listen to your lungs now. Whenever you feel my stethoscope touch your chest, I just want you to take a deep breath for me, okay?
Okay.
We'll start by listening up front, okay?
Okay.
So go ahead, take a deep breath. Deep breath. Breath. One more time after this. So everything sounded great there.
Okay.
Those first couple sounds I heard are what we like to call vesicular sounds.
Okay.
And everything else I heard was bronchovesicular, but there was no evidence of what we call adventitious, in other words, abnormal breath sounds.
All right.
So lung sounds were present, clear, normal in all lobes of your lungs.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and take a listen on the back side now, okay?
Okay.
So, same thing. Anytime you feel my stethoscope touch your back here, I just want you to take a deep breath for me.
Okay.
Perfect. So again, those first few sounds I heard were vesicular sounds. It was like the first 4 places I put my stethoscope.
Okay.
And then we had some bronchovesicular sounds going on. So again, lung sounds were present in all lobes of your lungs. They were clear, normal, no evidence of any adventitious or abnormal sounds. So that sounds great, okay? So now I'm gonna do what we like to call percussion, just to make sure that everything sounds the way that it's supposed to sound, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna start here. And you're just gonna feel me tap a couple times. So as we started to get down here, it was more dull because of the liver, except on the stomach side, it was a little bit tympanic because the stomach is a little more hollow.
Okay.
But otherwise, everything here was resonant, not hyper resonant or dull where it's not supposed to be, which is good.
That's good.
And it was a little flat up here, but that's expected because we're doing it over your collarbone and stuff.
Great.
So I'm going to go ahead and do it on the back now.
Okay.
So. So again, same thing. We were a little flat up here because of your scapula.
All right.
But that's to be expected. That's normal. We're resonant around here in the back area, but once we got closer to the bottom where your liver is, it was dull there because we're tapping over the liver. Okay. So that's perfectly normal. That's great.
That's good.
So now I'm going to do this other test. It's going to require you to say a funky word a couple times, okay? And it's just to test voice resonance and stuff like that, okay? So anytime you feel my hand move on your chest, I want you to say the word 99 for me, okay? So
99, 99, 99, 99, 99, 99, 99, 99.
So good frematus all around in the front there. Let's go ahead and test the back.
All right. 99, 99, 99, 99, 99, 99, 99, 99.
Perfect. Good frematus on the back there as well. So that's great. No bronchophony, no egophony. If I took a listen right now and you were to say the phrase 99, like go ahead, say that.
99.
I should be able to just hear through my stethoscope, just muffled. I shouldn't be able to hear it too clear, which is perfect. So that's great. Voice sounds are resonant and looking good. So now I'm going to go ahead and finish our assessment of your lungs. I'm going to go ahead and take a listen to your heart now. Before I do that, I'm going to take a look and I'm going to see. I don't see any excess, no thrills, no excess pulsations, nothing abnormal going on there. So now I'm good to listen to your heart.
Okay.
So we're going to start by listening to what's called the aortic space first, and that's you're located at your second intercostal space on the right sternal border.
Okay.
So you can clearly hear what's called S1, you know, the lub dub of your heart. Right here, no extra sounds, no murmurs or anything like that. So we're going to listen pulmonic space, which is second intercostal space as well, but your left sternal border.
Okay.
Same thing, S1, S2, normal. Herb's point, which is third intercostal space, left sternal border. Lub dub, no murmurs, extra heart sounds. This is tricuspid, fourth intercostal space, towards the center of your sternum. Perfect, lub dub, no extra heart sounds. Great quality, normal rate and rhythm. As with all the other spaces. And this last space is the midclavicular line, fifth intercostal space, and it goes by many names. This could be the mitral point, your PMI or point of maximum interest, your apical pulse, whatever it is you want to call it.
Okay.
So again, perfect. No extra heart sounds, normal rate and rhythm, +2 in quality. You can hear S1 and S2 very clearly. Perfect. So at this point, as I said, we're going to, since that spot wears a hat of many names, I can palpate right here and perfectly feel that pulse, the apical pulse.
All right.
So that's perfect.
That's good.
So all in all, heart sounds great. So now I'm going to go ahead and just take a look at your vessels and everything.
Okay.
And as I'm just taking a look at the clear picture here, vessels in your feet, legs, hands, arms, I don't see any excess pulsations, no bounding, they're not flat. The vessels in your neck, same thing. They're not like large and bounding and pulsating, but they're not flat either. They just look nice and normal.
Okay.
So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a listen to your carotid arteries for evidence of bruise. That's what they're called. If I heard any, it would be like a whooshing sound, but
all right.
And that could be evidence of clot or something like that, but
all right.
highly doubt we'll find any. Perfect. Everything sounded normal. No evidence of bruise or anything like that.
Okay.
So now that I've taken a listen to those, I'm going to go ahead and palpate a couple of your arteries. Make sure that they're equal bilaterally on each side. Okay.
All right.
So your carotid first. We only do one of these at a time, because I don't need you passing out on me. So carotid pulses are present, +2 in quality, normal rate and rhythm. I'm going to go ahead and check what's called your brachial arteries. You can go ahead and relax your arms. Both are present, +2 in quality, and equal bilaterally. If you turn your hands up for me, perfect. I can clearly feel the radial pulses. Awesome. All right, could you mind laying down for me for this next step?
Sure.
And if you could just bend your knees for me real quick, I'm going to locate what's called the Popliteal Pulse.
Okay.
So perfect, both are present, +2 in quality, normal rate and rhythm, and I'm going to locate what's called Posterior Tibial. Perfect, normal rate and rhythm, +2 in quality, and now your dorsalis pedis pulse. Perfect, normal rate and rhythm, +2 in quality. And while I have you laying down, I'm just going to check your circulation by by doing capillary refill on your toes.
Okay.
And perfect, capillary refill returns in under 3 seconds. So good circulation. You can go ahead and sit back up for me now. So now I'm going to take a look at your hands, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pinch your fingers, check capillary refill on here. As you can see, we see blood flow return within under 3 seconds. So that's good capillary refill. And if I'm looking at your fingers, I also see there's no evidence of clubbing. So no issues there. And this last test that I'm going to do is something called the Allen test.
Okay.
And it just tests your circulation from both your ulnar and your radial arteries, okay?
Okay.
So if you could just hold your hands out for me, I'm going to find your radial artery and your ulnar. All right, I'm going to hold it there, but I'm not pressing down, and I want you to go ahead and pump your fist 3 times for me, and on the 3rd try, hold it real tight.
Okay.
Until I tell you to open, okay? All right, open your fist. As you can see, your hand is white. I'm going to let the radial return. Nice blood flow return. So now we're going to do that again, but I'm going to test the ulnar side, okay?
Okay.
So finding those arteries again, perfect. Pressing down, go ahead. Nice blood flow return from the ulnar. So now we're going to do the same thing on this hand, okay?
Okay.
Find those pulses. Let me find them first, man. All right. Found them. Go ahead, pump your fist 3 times. Hold it. Go ahead, open. Perfect blood flow from the ulnar. Go ahead. And we'll let that get back to normal. Found them again. Go ahead, pump your fist 3 times. Hold it. And go ahead, open. And we're going to go like that. And perfect blood flow return. So everything looked great. Everything looked normal. You're definitely a healthy young man.
Thank you.
Before I leave, is there anything else I can do for you? Did you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay, perfect. So if you need anything, please don't hesitate to call me.
Okay.
And if a question happens to come up, also don't be afraid to ask. That's what I'm here for.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands then.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
Thank you as well.